I'm Frances Shoggan, and I wanted to talk to you today about your effortless business and AI and how they go together. So your effortless business is something I've come up with, and I'll explain that in a minute, but I wanted to tell you what it is and what it does for you. I'm in Mexico, and I spend part of every winter for the last 4 or 5 years here, specifically in this location, but also in other parts of Mexico. I travel full-time, basically. I'm what I call myself a digital slow mad, because when I stay somewhere, I tend to stay for months at a time. For instance, I went to Guatemala last year for a month and ended up staying at Lake Atitlan for a total of 3 months in the whole country. That's the life I get to lead. The year before that, I got a van, and I van-lifed across Canada and back through the States. And I can do that because I've really simplified my business, and my whole reason for being is to help you simplify your business so that you can have the life that you choose. Doesn't have to be this, it can be whatever you want it to be. My kids are grown, so obviously at other times in my life, having freedom in my life to be able to spend time with my kids. We did some road trips and travel. That was my priority. Now this is my priority. So let me tell you the story of your effortless business. I am a serial entrepreneur. I've owned 16 businesses, one of which was a bookkeeping business, which I ran for 15 years and built it for staff, etc., etc. It was great. I loved it because I love playing with numbers, and I loved helping my business owners. One of the things I noticed was that some of my business owners were absolutely thriving and some struggled. And it wasn't like they started off struggling and then they began to thrive. They were either thriving, whatever stage they were in their business, or they were struggling, whatever stage they were in their business. And so I wanted to dig into that. I also had a sense that what we were teaching small business owners didn't make sense. Mostly around that whole you have to wear many hats thing, and we're going to circle back to that one. So, so I dove deeper to find out what it is. What makes a business effortless? Not meaning that you don't put any effort in, obviously, but that the effort you put in is giving you the results that you want. So it was time to shut down my bookkeeping business. I passed it on to a very loyal staff person who deserved it, and she carried it on. And I studied this a little bit deeper, and I wrote a book called Your Effortless Business. You can still get it on Amazon if you choose. And it talked about what I saw the my thriving business owners doing differently than the ones that were struggling. I did that in like 2012, and then just continued to deepen that. I was hired by national organizations and universities to mentor their entrepreneurs, and deeper, bringing my number knowledge and learning more about small business, sharing everything I learned. I'm more of a mentor than a coach. I am a trainer and mentor versus a coach. And so I then took all of that and developed it into what I call the small business operating system. Because I wanted to cut the crap. There's just so much stuff that we're expected to do in business, and really what we need to do is focus on the 3 people in your business. There's you, the owner or owners, there's your customers, and then your team, which could be your staff, could be contractors, kind of everybody else, your vendors, all the people kind of behind you that are helping you. And each of those people takes a journey through your business, including you. And your focus, your job as leader of your business, is to make sure that that journey works to the point of delighting everybody who touches your business. Do that, your business is effortless. All the rest of the stuff should be in support of that and not the main part of what you're doing. And too many people spend too much time on other parts of their business, making that the important thing, and that's not. It should always be about supporting, delighting the people around you. So, small business operating system, I've got a book around that. If you're interested, drop a comment below and I'll message it to you. And people kept saying to me, well, that's all great, but I'm just starting. How do I use this to start? It's so overwhelming. And yeah, starting a business is overwhelming. And when my clients get overwhelmed, I get overwhelmed. So I avoided it for years, and then finally I dug in. And what I discovered is that, yeah, we're told that we have to do everything to start our business right at the beginning. Like, pile those hats on, right? Got to do it all. But really, there is a very logical order to the way that you start your business and grow it to the point where it's your effortless business. And what it comes down to is that there are 6 stages. And I'll go through them very quickly here. The first stage is the owner's journey. Make sure, get very clear on what you and the other owners, or just you, need from your business, what you're willing to give to your business and what you're not. Get very clear on that, what you're giving, what your business is going to be about, because your business model has to grow out of that. The second stage is what I call the discovery dance, and this is when you start talking to the people you think are your customers. You don't know for sure, and you can't figure that out. Do not try to make a customer avatar by sitting at your computer. It won't work. The only way you're going to know who your customer avatar is to start selling to people and working with them, and then you'll know. And then you'll have real people, and those will be your avatars, because they're not real avatars, they're real people. The third stage is, the completion of the second stage is when you start getting customers. You've danced, you've talked, you've figured out what it is your customers want from you, who those customers are, what you can bring and how you can delight them. You're just starting on that dance. You've had a few customers, you've found a couple that won't work for you, like, you're starting to figure things out. That's when I call it the official start. That's when you start your business. You know, it's like the register your business, get your bank account, start doing the legal and administrative pieces that go with that. Doing that beforehand is a waste of time because you don't know what you're building yet. I've seen so many, including me, where I named my business before really knowing what my business was. Even my bookkeeping business. I named it Crystal Clear Bookkeeping, very sharp, very precision. Once I was up and running, I asked my customers, like, what do you like about business with me? Like, and I expected them to say, you're really good at this, I know I can trust that it's getting done, all that stuff. No. What they said is, working with you is like getting a warm hug around my numbers. So clearly there was a mismatch between the name and the image or what I was giving. Oh, yeah. So you really don't know what you're building yet. Don't do that other stuff first. Find who your customers are. You don't have a business until you have sales. You are legally allowed to make some sales as long as you're doing it under your own name and you report the income. So don't do it until you have sales reliably. That's the third stage. Fourth is, that's when you actually, that's when you design your customer journey. Because up until then, you're getting customers wherever you can get them. At this point in your business, now you start working on doing that reliably. Where are your best customers coming from? How are they finding you? What messages are resonating with them? And designing that. What's the onboarding like? What works in the onboarding for you and what doesn't? what are the most important things for your customer in order for you to delight them. Where are we now? Fifth stage is your team journey. Again, people are going to take a journey through your business. Like, your employees are going to come and they're going to go. That is a fact of life these days. It's a fact of business. Same with your contractors, same with your vendors, the people around you. So design that journey, because every time somebody goes through your business with a very positive experience and they move on to the next place, well, guess what? You've got somebody in another place who's your strong advocate. So potential sales going forward, potentially they're finding you other good people to work with you. Good thing to do this. Those are the 5 stages. The final stage, and this is where we can start talking about AI. Up until then, this is all you figuring stuff out. AI can help you with this, and if you're really interested, I can show you how. It's in the final stage. This is where, 8 years ago, I realized there's like 11 sort of areas in your business that if you create algorithms, I call it the 11 essential algorithms of your business will run smoothly. This is where another way of putting that is workflows, or like groups of workflows. And this is where AI works so well. You can use AI to design the workflows and work the workflows in conjunction with you and other people on your team. So that's how your effortless business and AI can work together to give you the life that you want. Your business should support you in your life and not your life supporting your business. So stay tuned for more of this. I think the next one we're going to actually work through a workflow, and you'll get to see how this works.